It is fairly widely agreed that the best 1v1 player in the world is Rawas, but what you might not know is that Rawas has a twin brother who is quite the 1v1er himself. Rawas and Kiileerrz play alongside each other in the RLCS under Rule 1 with Mawson, and many of you probably know who Kiileerrz is now after his RLCS debut, or specifically, I think when everyone really started to realize, was his debut at the Boston Major against international competition, in which he was nominated for the offensive MVP. Wasn't able to pull it out and get it. Zen, of course, a little bit too good in that department, but it was the first time that I think people started to realize that Kiileerrz is a top talent in Rocket League, and not just Rawas. And a lot of that was because before he made his debut in RLCS, or before either of them did, Rawas was much more involved in the community via ones, and I think that's how really you only get insights, or the only way to get insight into players that aren't of age for RLCS yet. But the reality is, Kiileerrz the whole time has been an equally talented player. The difference, he hasn't grinded ones, but that changes in the past couple weeks. That's right, Kiileerrz has shot up the rankings from far outside the top 100 into, I think, around the 30 or so range, pretty much all in the course of a day or two. And it seems clear that Kiileerrz has not reached his limit. He can continue to climb, and he might continue to do so. I'd love to see Kiileerrz put a little bit of time and effort into 1v1. Of course, he has the highest bar set for him in the world to try and overcome, but I think he can actually get there. If you look at Kiileerrz's show match history, he has a really solid show match history. He loses only to the best of the best, and the most recent time that he played, most notably at least, as he gets himself eligible bumped, is the World Cup. He played for the World Cup team, I believe, on the second team. The main team was Rawasti or Nupo, and Kiileerrz played along a couple others on the B team, but the B squad actually took down USAA, and that included Kiileerrz getting wins over First Killer and AJ in the process. So those are no chump wins to get for Kiileerrz, and he has a slew of wins similar to that, and only really losses to the best of players, and that was when he wasn't focused on the game mode. So we might have a brand new Kiileerrz as he turns his focus towards ranked ones. He's going to have a brutal power slide cut to get Smashy to miss, and then a little camera check to see if he could stare down Smashy on the way back to the net, but the ball actually covered most of his angle. He's rocking the Vitality decal today, maybe trying to channel the power of the team that he was able to down in Gamers 8. He was able to take him down, although they stopped them at the Boston Major. It is always exciting to watch a player who maybe doesn't play as much ones, you know, work out how to transfer their tendencies from other game modes into success in the 1v1 mode. Now, right now, Kiileerrz has not found that success. He has grinded up into this probably top 100 when he played this game, so he certainly had to work through a bunch of people that he probably was just way better than. You don't need to play smart when you are mechanically miles ahead, but Smashy is no chump. He's a guy who's played on the channel before and has been top 100 in his own right, an English player who is both a freestyler and competitive player. I'm not sure if he still freestyles, but I want to say he got signed by a freestyle team. But Smashy himself has actually put in a bit of work and grinded up his MMR. So both these two trying to be the one to resurge to the top in this ranked game played in the last couple days. Halfway through, and we're tied up at 4-4. Kiileerrz, just a couple silly mistakes resulted in this locked scoreline, but he's able to get Smashy to make a missed touch in defense with 0 boost to his name. Smashy wall dashing back to cover this ball, and he is going to take it all the way into his back corner. Kiileerrz was hoping for the boost respawn. It flips over at the second time, shadowing on Smashy's dribble. Recognizes he doesn't need to make a touch on the ball, that he can just use the inside of the net to get his momentum back forward. Bit of panicking right now, but both these two are just flipping around the ball, not making a ton of great contact as they are worried about what the other can do. Is that ball transparent? Am I crazy? Wait a second. You guys have to go back and watch the video. I'm not going to go back just to check, but I could swear I could see the light through the ball. I don't know if that's an issue with my settings right now or something, but I believe that's how it's supposed to work. Maybe a replay bug. Smashy seeing Kiileerrz grabbing the midfield boost. Thought maybe he could punish him for it by turning in field, but he's not able to. In fact, Kiileerrz going to do something similar to him. 7-4. A minute 14 left to go. Delay kickoff for Smashy. Doesn't go as well as he would have liked. As Kiileerrz able to get the real first possession of this kickoff. Looking to dive, kill Smashy. No boost left to work with, and the ball is glued to the corner. So a respawn from Smashy should be able to cover this. It wasn't the fastest pickup by Kiileerrz. I'm not sure it necessarily was going to matter. Smashy getting set up for a dribble into the air. Wanted a reset. I think what he probably needed to do there. Oh, he's frustrated with that miss. Probably needed to try and 50 Kiileerrz. What do you guys think? Was he about to double this in? Was that a double directly on target? Didn't seem like it. I think Kiileerrz was going to go over the top of it, right? Let's go back and look real quick before we get to the second replay. Yes, Smashy. He wanted the reset to get movement. He didn't get it. Yeah, that was going way under. He probably should have maybe tried to 50. Or, I guess, if he had actually just succeeded as planned, probably would have been fine, too, because Kiileerrz had already jumped and picked his angle. But we got another one to watch. Let's watch Kiileerrz grind up the ranks to see if he can reach the top of 1v1. Game number 2. We're actually on Jazzy's perspective, watching Kiileerrz in 1v1. Interesting defensive pre-jump in reverse. Came back down to the ground in order to make that save. Gonna try and command the boost on the map. Jazzy doing a decent job. Trying to clear the ball down with 0 boost, but probably needed to give up on that final play. It was a good enough save from Kiileerrz, who did the classic 1v1 save off the backboard, in and out of the nets in order to recover quickly. He was going to have momentum, and Jazzy was frozen. Jazzy still tried their best in order to get the stop on the goal line, which was just not going to happen. Nice flick from Jazzy to bring it right back up to 1-1. I'll be interested in seeing the different kind of kickoff strategies that we see from Kiileerrz. He actually seemed to read the extreme delay from Jazzy and converts on a goal. Will we see any delay from Kiileerrz? Any wave dash kickoffs? Any fakes? Now, I talk about wave dash kickoffs. That's not what I meant. I didn't mean the wave dash on the way to the ball. We see that from almost nobody, but apparently not completely nobody, because some people are still doing it, apparently. And I mean, of course, the wave dash off the ball. Jazzy able to flick around Kiileerrz and got the ball just barely past Kiileerrz. The recovery was decent, and had he gotten there a moment sooner, he'd have been on the correct side of the center mass of the ball and probably would have been able to clear it out. Delay kick up on the diagonal doesn't work as well as maybe from the other positions, as Kiileerrz is able to get this possession. Wow. That is the striking we've been used to watching Kiileerrz in RLCS, as he's able to slot the really tight angle shot right into the top right corner. Now, how about the wall to air dribble game in the 1v1? That was a premium setup. Oh, he tried to pre-flip underneath the ball. Certainly very creative from Kiileerrz. But interesting to note that he declined one of the best opportunities you'll ever get to force an air dribble. And this one, you know, not nearly as good as the last one, but still the trend again to not play the air dribble and instead force it back down to the ground. This time he'll play the air dribble from the midfield and is able to use the reset to keep the ball low as Jazzy goes in and out. Cannot get back down to make the save. Wave dash kickoff from Jazzy, but doesn't help as Kiileerrz gets the big advantage, has boost. Jazzy for a moment had the ball, but a well-timed challenge means 5-2. 3-goal lead, and the high-scoring starts in the second ranked game. These delays for Jazzy are not working well. This time Kiileerrz didn't read it as well as he had in the past, but it still goes completely in his favor. A nice challenge from Jazzy. Kiileerrz dashing his way back to his net, deciding to save a bit of boost and gets a crazy goal line save where he pinches the ball across his nets. That's a boost steal on Jazzy now. Jazzy's not done the best at reading Kiileerrz's challenges, but so far in this game, he's done a lot of early challenging and cashes in on that here with a fake. Gets Jazzy to flick a soft shot that he can control, but the physical game doesn't go off in his favor. Another fake challenge. Jazzy pops up a flick, has a decent catch and follow-up, and actually beats Kiileerrz to the ball, so an opportunity to score here. It'll be a third goal. Kiileerrz back on the center kickoff. Will we see anything other than the standard kickoff from him? Delaying that flip as he recovers back to the ball in order to make sure he can get everything. Not just possession, but also the boost, dodge the bump, and recover for the long shot. Did not read this fake kickoff, as Jazzy will just score off of it. Kiileerrz deciding to pick up that back corner boost as he found himself already there, but needed to play ball. One thing I've noticed is that Kiileerrz has one of the cleanest speed flips that I've ever seen. I mean, watching it in these replays, it almost seems like he's side flipping because of just how quickly he's able to cancel it. I think watching back these replays a little bit, I've even noticed the front of his car chipping the ground too because he's getting into the flips so quickly. We have another opportunity to watch. You know, of course, no better time to watch it than on the kickoff, but you see how quickly he gets to the ball. Kind of forgets that he needs to watch out for the potential Jazzy fake, but man, those speed flips are unbelievable. Maybe he wanted a pogo there. Hard to say. If he does want a pogo, he needs to start turning down to the corner of his car. You can't get away with a pogo straight on the face of it. It almost seemed like he doesn't practice pogos and doesn't do them, but recognized, you know what? I want to be able to bounce right back up for this one, so screw it. I'll go for it. But you got to put in a little bit more work than that. Nice challenge by Kiileerrz, recognizing Jazzy low on boost there and did not want to make a play on the ball. Wanted to be able to let the ball fall and play a bit slower. Kiileerrz taking advantage of that. Right now going to chase Jazzy down. And it'll be a side flip out to the midfield and a power shot for an 8. So 8-4 with 23 seconds left to go. And yes, it is going to be a forfeit from Jazzy. But just to talk about what I was saying there again, we'll go back and look at his speed flips because I feel like they are so clean. Does this not almost look like he's just side flipping because he's able to completely cancel the part of the diagonal flip that he does not want? Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Anyways, Kiileerrz, he is working on his 1v1 and he's a speed flipping master. We are going to see hopefully a lot more of him. Maybe get him in some show matches. I'll ask him to see if he's interested in the near future.